In this episode of The Best Parts, we're breaking down everything we love about the 21st century's best 80s show, Stranger Things. Netflix's scary, spooky, but totally heartwarming drama is back. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready to binge. So grab your Christmas lights and stay away from the gate, because this is Stranger Things Season 1, The Best Parts.
That's right! You better run! She's our friend and she's crazy!
Stranger Things takes place in and around fictional Everytown, Hawkins, Indiana. And the plot, when you break it down, is really just about a ragtag group of underdogs who overcome all odds to save the day. Seems like any other story, but Stranger Things, written and directed by the Duffer Brothers, manages to take one of the most basic outlines in literature and make it awesome. Even though the show references so many different films and genres, it never comes off as hokey or contrived. That's thanks in large part to an awesome cast. The heroes are all relatable, the villains are all scary, and of course, there's Barb. You deserve better, girl. But really, kids, teens, or grown-ups, no matter which age group you relate to, Stranger Things does it right. I mean, have you ever seen a more endearing group of child actors?
Mike! I found the chocolate pudding!
Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, Caleb McLaughlin, and Noah Schnapp have a lot of heavy lifting to do for such young performers, but they are all so impressive.
No! That didn't come from the troglodytes, no, that came from something else.
The kids are so relatable, especially when dealing with normal childhood problems like bullies, staying true to their nerdy selves, and of course, battling a creature from the Upside Down. And Eleven has spent more time in the Upside Down than anyone. Played by Millie Bobby Brown, Eleven, or Elle, is one of the coolest characters we've ever seen. Not only is she a strong female character, she's still a kid. And even though she was raised in abusive isolation, she's still brave, caring, and empathetic.
Just hold on a little longer. Will.
And on top of all of that, she's got me craving Eggo waffles like crazy. Teenage characters are usually pretty one-dimensional, but not in Stranger Things. Nancy, played by Natalia Dyer, has boy problems, frenemies problems, just problems generally. Jonathan, played by Charlie Heaton, walks that fine line between weirdo and charming. And on top of that, he's afraid his mom is going crazy. Even Joe Keery's character, Steve, who seems like a mashup of every evil 80s teen stereotype, is redeemed at the end. And Barb, has anyone ever had it worse? Think about it. When Neville Longbottom stood up to his friends, Gryffindor won the House Cup. When Barb stood up to her friend, she gets eaten by an interdimensional monster. Not that the grown-ups have it any easier. Chief Hopper, played by David Harbour, is grieving the daughter he lost to cancer and trying to learn the truth about a devious government program that turns innocent children into super weapons. Matthew Modine's Dr. Brenner is in the middle of a work crisis from the Upside Down. And poor Joyce, played by Winona Ryder. Not only has Joyce lost her son to a parallel dimension, everyone thinks she's crazy for trying to find him.
He thinks I'm losing my mind.
Anyone with a kid can relate to Joyce's fear for her son, but at least parents today can give their kids a cell phone for emergencies. Setting Stranger Things in the 1980s, prior to the proliferation of smartphones and constant text check-ins, heightens the drama and sense of urgency. Instead of using cell phones, the kids have to rely on walkie-talkies. Instead of a search engine, they have to ask a trusted teacher. And let's not forget the ever-faithful, always useful public libraries of America. Thanks, libraries. Even though the characters don't have all the tools we do today, there's enough 80s tech featured in the show to make any retro nerd swoon. Ham radios, boomboxes, a camera that's not on a phone. If we could only see those sweet synths we're listening to. In fact, the music is performed by Texas musicians Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein, who specialize in 1980s synth soundscapes. The John Carpenter-inspired soundtrack and theme not only help define the time period, they set us on edge with a level of creepiness I didn't know Netflix was capable of. Music, casting, set design, even the pacing, the entire production is just totally on point. I knew I was in for the long haul the first time I saw the now iconic opening credit sequence. The Stephen King-esque font is just one of many King references found in the show, and MVP 11 is kind of a mix of Charlie from Firestarter and Carrie, who needs no introduction. Plus, the friendship among the boys is based on the relationships in Stand By Me.
You're asking if the weirdo is acting weird.
But the show isn't all creepy. The Duffer Brothers also give Stranger Things some of that classic Spielberg heart.
How do I find you? What should I do?
If you've seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind or E.T., you know what I'm talking about. Throw in a little Goonies, Dungeons & Dragons, Poltergeist, Nightmare on Elm Street, The X-Files, and Alien, and you've got a show that wears its inspirations on its sleeve. Because even though Stranger Things is a science fiction show about evil experiments and parallel universes, it's actually about more than that. It's about friendship, family, growing up, and confronting the demons that live inside all of us. Stranger Things can be scary, and it can be a tearjerker, but only because we care about the characters. And we care about the characters because they clearly care about each other, and that's the best. Have you watched Season 2 yet? Stay spoiler-free, but let us know what you think down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we'll be back here every week talking about all of our favorite stuff and the best parts. Thanks for watching.